okay, I don't know exactly what to say because I want to say it all, and I know that I have a time limit, so I can't. But I do need you to lock in and just let me wildly talk, and let's see what happens, okay? So, as a dancer, I was just diagnosed with arthritis, not sure what kind, but I'm determined to get that mobility back. Okay, so let me just talk to you about something. So, I know what arthritis feels like. I had grade 3 arthritis in both of my hips. I had torn labrum in both hips, had an acetabular cyst in another one, um, uh, necrosis, bone necrosis of the bone. I had it all. And that arthritis, you're right. There is no cure for arthritis. There is no cure for arthritis. But the only thing that is in your power is to keep dancing, is to keep moving. So let me give you a story, okay? I waited almost 5 years. After learning that my hips need to be replaced, I waited almost 5 years to have them replaced. And the doctors, I saw 9 doctors, and all of them said your arthritis will get worse and worse. You'll lose your mobility, and eventually you won't be able to do anything. Well, I never got to that point. I was still teaching full time. I was still chasing after my young son. I was still moving. Was I in pain? Every dang day of my life, every minute of every day of my life, but life still has to go on. I can't just sit around and let the pain take over my life. So the only cure is movement, and it's not even a cure, but the only cure to not just like letting go and losing everything in your life, to injury and to arthritis and to pain and to lack of mobility, the only cure to that is to keep moving, even when it hurts, because you are right. You're not going to get your mobility back. You're not. You're just not. And I don't know where your arthritis is. I don't know your story, so you can tell me more if you'd like. But your arthritis is going to progressively get worse. Mine did as well, to the point where I was like, okay, let's replace these hips. I'm ready to see what life is like without this arthritic pain, okay? Arthritic pain sucks. But when you have it, okay? But you have to keep dancing. So I'm gonna tell you another thing really quick. So that's the reason why I teach bar flow. I do 1 bar flow class a week, because the entire time that I was going through and waiting for my hip replacements, I kept doing bar flow, because in bar flow, you have to lift your leg. You are forced to lift your leg and find a way to lift your leg. So the way I did it was always find my way around my arthritic pain. I would find a way to go around it so I could go beyond it. And that is what I did. And I kept lifting my leg. Even though there was pain associated to it, I also found my way around it, and I was able to keep lifting my leg. And I truly believe that is one of the reasons why I bounced back the way I have. And, it's because I kept lifting my legs. It's because I kept using my hips. It's because I kept moving. I kept dancing. And then I picked up so many other different modes of movement, right? Instead of just yoga and cycle, which is what I primarily did at the time of learning about my hips, I started working on mobility and flow motion, AgeDEFY calisthenics, mobility flow, AgeDEFY mobility training, posture training with resistance bands. I became a lymphatic health specialist. I became a foot therapist. I mean, I went from only doing yoga and cycle and lifting weights and HIIT classes to now every mode of movement is mine. So yes, keep dancing. And it's just like, you don't think of it as getting your mobility back. Just think of it as that you keep your power even though you are losing mobility. Keep dancing, find your way around it. So come work with me. I'd love to work with you. I would love to work with you. Come to my live classes. I know I'm kind of like begging, but this is why I share my story. People who are injured should be working with other injured movers. So if you're working with someone who's never had arthritis before, and you have arthritis and you're trying to be fit even though you have arthritis, you should work with someone who knows what it's like to live with arthritis. That someone is me. So I'm not begging, but I'm just saying, everyone should be coming and getting in front of me. If you have lived it, you can teach it, and I have lived it. So I'm here for you. Come to my live classes on Zoom, at least one. So everyone should come to at least one live class on Zoom and meet with me and stay after class, and let's talk about it. And then I can create an online program for you to follow at home. And then you can come to Zoom classes once a month. Or if you're like most of my live class students, once you get started, you come to all of them. A handful of my students, they come to every live class on the schedule. They wouldn't even dare miss one unless they had to. So, but start right now just by coming to one. Let me make an online program for you. I can keep you dancing. I can keep you dancing.